ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.
In today's Tirchandam, 73rd Pashuram, right? There was one reference. So Devri gave from the Valmiki Ramayanam. So with the context of Mahadeva, you said, right? As soon as from Lanka to they landed on the Bharatwaja Muni's ashramam.
Right.
So while building the Setu, Devri said that in the Valmiki Ramayanam, there was a term called Mahadevan. So Devri could explain that with the context for me.
Okay. So this is about the story of Rama worshipping Shiva in the form of a linga on the seashore in the side of Bharatadesham. That is what is nowadays said as rAmESvaram. So there is a popular story which is completely false, and it is being spread everywhere that Perumal is worshipping Rudra in the form of a linga. He himself made that linga, and he is worshipping linga there, and that is as a gratitude for Rudra, because he says while crossing over from Lanka to Ayodhya, while returning from Lanka to Ayodhya, at that time he says to Sita Pirati that because of the prasadam or the mercy of Mahadeva, I could cross the ocean. So for that, generally people say Mahadeva means Rudra, as commonly known. But there is no scope of Rudra being identified as Mahadeva in that particular place, because he was not seen in any of the episodes where Sri Rama is building the Setu, the bridge. So what happened before building the bridge? He was thinking how to cross over the ocean, and he asked Vibhishan Alvan. Vibhishan Alvan has just joined the party here, Sri Rama's side, and he performed Sharanagati, and it worked for him. So when Rama asked Vibhishana what is the way to cross over the ocean, for that Vibhishana suggested that you surrender to Samudra Raja, and that is Varuna basically, and he will help you. So based on those words, Rama surrendered to Samudra Raja, the Varuna, and he paid obeisances on the seashore and remained like that for 3 days. But after 3 days also, Samudra Raja did not appear in front of Sri Rama. So at the time he became very angry. He said, I am going to take my bow and arrows and destroy the whole ocean. So he asked Lakshmana to bring the bow and arrows. As Lakshmana brought the bow and arrows, he started launching those arrows from his bow. Now Samudra Raja became very fearful, not desiring to be completely destroyed. He came running and surrendered to Sri Rama and asked for forgiveness. At that time, Sri Rama, being very merciful, he asked Samudra Raja if he has any enemies, because whatever arrows which are launched, they cannot be discarded. So he asked Samudra Raja if there are any enemies for him, and Samudra Raja tells that there are some enemies far away, in a faraway land. So Sri Rama directs those arrows towards those enemies and destroys them. So this is what happened. And then Samudra Raja, realizing his mistake, he says, all right, I have done a grave mistake. Now, how can I rectify it? For that, Sri Rama asks, you want to cross over and reach Lanka. At the time, Samudra Raja says, okay, you can get these Vanaras to build a bridge using anything. They can come and put anything on me and they will not drown, but they will remain afloat. So that's how the Vanaras, uh, under the leadership of Neela and Nala, they bring rocks from nearby places and they build the bridge. So in these episodes in Valmiki Ramayana, which is the primary source for Sri Rama's history. Anything we want to find out about Rama, we have to go to Valmiki Ramayana. In that Valmiki Ramayana, there is no mention about Rudra in any of these episodes. Only Samudra Raja is there, and that he is the one who helped Rama. So Rama, being grateful to Samudra Raja's help, while after the battle was over and after Ravana was vanquished, Vibhishana was coronated by Sri Rama, and then he immediately uh, left Lanka on the Pushpaka Vimana. They all climbed on the Pushpaka Vimana and they went directly to Bharadwaja Muni's ashrama. On the way only, he says, by Mahadeva's prasada, we got the bridge built. Now that Mahadeva will only point to Varuna because he was the one who arranged the construction of the bridge. He facilitated the construction of the bridge. So that will point to him only. And there is also no specific reference of Rama bringing the Pushpaka Vimana down and staying there and building the and making the linga and doing any worship. So he just goes to Bharadwaja Muni's ashrama and then from there he goes to Ayodhya. And there is also no reference in Valmiki Ramayana that he again comes to the same place, did this linga puja and any of those incidents. So based on Valmiki Ramayana, which is the primary source, there is no such discussion of Rama having taken help from Rudra and worshipping Rudra in this particular case. In some cases, Bhagavan in his incarnations worship other devatas as a human being, as a kshatriya or a particular according to his varna and varna dharma, he may worship other devatas just as a formality. It is also in some cases, as we know, such as in the case of Rudra. Rudra prays to um, Bhagavan and he is asking for couple of boons where he is asking that Bhagavan should come and worship him and he should also ask for boons from Rudra. That was the boons requested by Rudra. So at that time, Bhagavan says, I cannot worship you like this as the Supreme Lord in Vaikunthanatha form or Kshiravdinatha form. But when I incarnate in the human form, I'll come and worship you. That way your desire will be fulfilled. And at that time, I will ask you for boons. So in the Krishna Avatara, he goes to Kailasha and he worships Rudra and he asks Rudra to bless him with a child. At that time, Alvar actually says about this, Veldairan Nanmugan, Indiran Ennivargal. In that pasaram, Kalva, he says, Kalva, oh, mischievous one. You are my grandfather, but now you are coming to me and asking for a child from me. You are asking me to bless you so that you give birth to a child, but you are really my grandfather. So, because Brahma is Rudra's father and Vishnu is Brahma's father. So, Vishnu is Rudra's grandfather. So, at that time, he says like that. But in the same time, at the same time, um, Krishna also gives moksham to Gantakarna. So on one hand, he is able to give moksha to Gantakarna. On the other hand, he is coming to Rudra and asking for this child. So none of these really match, but these are all leelas. So Krishna does it as part of his incarnation. So just because this happens in one case, it is not the norm that Bhagavan in his all of his incarnations he has to worship other devatas and so on. So this is the incident behind. This is the background behind the issue of false propaganda that Rama built this rAmESvaram temple. Rama worshipped in this place, Rudra in the linga form, and so on. So that is the clarification which people need to understand.
Yeah, thank you, Swami.
ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.
To learn such valuable information about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, please download KOYIL, KOYIL app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, KOYIL.org.